We return now to our coverage of the death of Osama bin Laden. You know his name mostly post 9/11, but Osama bin Laden's reign of terror against the U.S. dates back decades, in fact. He was named an unindicted co-conspirator for the February 1993 bombing at the World Trade Center. That killed 6 people. Bin Laden was then indicted for the 1998 U.S. Embassy bombings in both Kenya and Tanzania. There, 224 people died. And he was also linked to the October 2000 bombing of the USS Cole in Yemen. 17 sailors died that day. Then after 9/11, the worldwide manhunt for bin Laden led to years of questions about where he was hiding. Nearly 10 years later, the trail led the U.S. military, of course, to that compound in Pakistan and the demise of the world's most wanted terrorist. But there have been other times when the United States military knew exactly where Osama bin Laden was and chose not to act. Tonight, North Texas resident and this man, the former commanding general of the 4th Marine Division, sits down with us to share the frustration over missing out on bin Laden and the pride in the SEAL team who got him. This is a story you'll see only on CBS 11.
I guess I was a little introspective about it. The fact that we had been looking for him all this long is in some ways anticlimactic for a military guy because it's only part of the fight.
And retired Marine Major General James Williams knows that fight all too well. It was 2002 when he was Deputy Director for Combat Operations in Afghanistan. That's where twice his intelligence had pinpointed bin Laden's exact locations in the rugged Afghanistan mountains. But there were as many reasons as to why he couldn't go get him.
Part of it's preparation. You know, the forces have to be ready and the political side has to be ready. Even though that was a goal, the timing from the political side as well as the operational side just didn't work out.
But this time it did, in large part, the Major General believes, because of the painstaking preparation by the SEALs, building and then training in an exact replica of the compound.
It would be emulating the actual raid site that you're going to, and so that you might call it muscle memory. You want to go in and do the same steps, the same distance, how you're going to walk through it, how the team is going to be positioned with each other, so that you can go achieve your ultimate mission.
And as to visual proof that bin Laden is dead, do you think the American public needs to see a photograph?
Yeah, I think at some point they'll release a photograph, just like we've done with Saddam and some of the other bad guys that have been caught.
Major General Williams thinks a photo of a dead bin Laden could be public in less than 24 hours. But the lessons from the mission to take down the al-Qaeda leader, he says, will last for generations.
I think it'll go down as an extremely competent surgical raid. I'm sure it'll be studied in military schools and by others for decades to come, like all the classic raids have.
Major General Williams retired last year after nearly 35 years in service to this country.